Day 1. Monday. Read first. The day when it all starts. Okay, I know this is weird, but I have to start with this. The following property belongs to Moan, and if anyone else is reading, he is required by law to forget what he reads and not tell anyone what he read, no matter what, especially if you identify yourself as a bully. Now that that's taken care of, I can start. My name is Moan, and I'm a zombie, just in case you didn't already figure that out from the cover. I drew it by myself, by the way. When I first started elementary school, everything was so daunting and scary. I was overwhelmed every day. Eventually, I found my place in the elementary school ecosystem, and I survived. Now I'm moving on to my first year of middle school. Let me repeat. Middle school! Let me emphasize. Middle school! Do you know how big of a deal that is? Middle school is where the rest of your life starts. Nobody cares about what you did in elementary school. We're all too young and we just forget. All those embarrassing moments from elementary school just disappear. Just like chicken nuggets in a middle schooler's lunch tray. Gone in seconds. Chicken nuggets are yum-yums in my tum-tums. So, we are in agreement then. Middle school is a huge deal. A bigly deal. Why am I writing this book? Well, I'm writing this book to show the whole world the injustice and horribleness that occurs in middle school. Every day of this year, I will be keeping track of my daily regime and suffering. You will hear about everything, from bullies to nerds, from the cool kids to the losers. It will all be revealed. The entire Monster Middle School experience will be out for everyone to read about. In my history class, I read about a zombie that won something called the Pulitzer for revealing to the world the horrible conditions the villagers live in. Did you know that the villagers live out in the bright and dangerous sun? Could you imagine that? Living in the sun every single day? They must always be on fire. And it gets worse. The villagers also live inside separate houses instead of tightly packed dark caves like we mobs do. They must be so lonely all the time. I can't bear to think what I would do if I had an entire house to myself. It would take so long to talk to anyone. Guess what? I didn't even get to the worst part yet. The absolute worst part. The part that would make even the hardest and strongest mob shed a single tear. They don't eat chicken nuggets! They grow and eat grass. They call it wheat. Ew! It must suck for them. It almost makes me regret having to attack them when I grow up. But we have to attack them, because we have to follow the cycle. The natural cycle of things is what keeps the whole world in order. From the world when we grow up to the world in middle school, there is always a cycle. Zombies attack villagers. The bullies bully nerds. It's how life works. I mean, if you've been to middle school, you should understand. If you haven't yet, well, good luck. You'll need it. But things can change. By writing this book, maybe in the future I can win a Pulitzer too and change how middle school works forever. Imagine no bullies, better lunch food, everyone being cool, no tests, no homework, and so much more. Then we will have world peace, or maybe just better middle schools. Either way, I have to write this diary to find out. Anyway, that's it for my first entry in my diary. There's not much else to talk about since there's no school today. School starts on Tuesday. So, now we go on to tomorrow. By the way, the other name for my diary was Pain and Prejudice in Middle School.